Someone has knocked on our door this evening and stepped across the threshold as one of our house guests. He is now crossing over from the normal world into our haunted house. Welcome to the Looks Creepy Cool podcast, part of Haunted House FearFest. I'm your host, Renee, and tonight I'm joined by director, writer-producer Joris Fleurot of Croix. In English translation, it's The Cross, which is nominated for Best Horror Short in the Haunted House FearFest Festival lineup that starts on October 6th. Together, we'll wander room by room through the haunted house and uncover what makes his film so creepy cool. Let's step inside. Hi, Joris. How are you?
Hi, Renee. I'm really good. It's nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being here. And, I want to welcome everyone to the house, respecting their culture and their language. So if I butcher this, I'm very sorry, but I want to say, bienvenue dans la maison. Je suis ravie que vous ayez suivi la peur. In English, it's welcome to the house. I'm glad you followed the fear. Sorry, I butchered it, but I tried my best. I was practicing before.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Oh, really? Yay!
Yeah. Bravo.
Just before, I'm going to show like a quick trailer of his film and everything else. But before we chat and before I kick things off, I want to let our audience know, or what I like to call them, the watchers of the house, that I'll be your guide today as we wander from room to room. Each room has its own story, its own secrets, and you are watchers of the house. We'll be walking alongside us. If you dare, follow the fear. So we'll start off in the creepy kitchen, where Joris will share what he's creating now. We'll talk about his film. Then we enter the library of shadows, where we discuss what inspired our house guests. The mirror room, where we reflect on his horror origin journey. The basement brief, where he'll reveal some industry secrets or lessons he can share. The attic hall, where he talks about what's pulling him forward. And the final room, where he'll share the most creepiest moment and the most coolest moment. But we'll see how many rooms he's able to get through. But at the end of the day or the evening, he has to finish off at the final room. So I will go ahead and share my screen. But before I do, Croix is about a young woman, uninspired graphic designer, and encounters strange phenomena following a ritual with her best friend. So let me share my screen. All right, technology, isn't it wonderful, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had this working. I really did before you came.
It's all right.
So I'm going to play the trailer. Woo! Oh my gosh. So obviously I watch all the films, and when I saw this film, there was almost like a poetic horror, if you will. Like when I was watching it, it was so amazing how each scene builds so much suspense, and you go from scene to scene, but there was this underlying horror or questioning of what's going to happen, where it was done so well. I call it poetic horror because it was just magical to me. And I'm an owner of a festival, so I watch a whole bunch of horror films. So you can describe to us how did you come across the story? What was your thought process? It's just truly, truly great.
Well, thanks a lot. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Poetic horror, it's exactly what I want to do. And how did I get with this story? At the time, I was reading a lot of books about myth, like French myth. And I was also looking a lot at Hieronymus Bosch paintings. It's a 16th century Dutch painter who has done amazing paintings, really close to horror. And I was really inspired by Brittany myths. So in France, it's Bretagne.
Bretagne.
Yeah. Oh. And I wanted to use these French myths and add fantastic to it, like Jérôme Bosch paintings. There's a lot of things with the sky, like demon stuff, and a lot about the myths and also Christianity. And by the way, there is a Jérôme Bosch painting in the sequence with Jad finds the lady under the couch.
Oh, Wow, that's beautiful. Wait, so how did you get a hold of the painting? Like, whose apartment was that? Typically, filmmakers film in their own apartment. So
the apartment, what?
So whose apartment was that then? Like with the painting?
It's the apartment of the old lady was also a painter in the movie, Miss Krasowski.
Wow, so. How is it in France compared to the U.S.? Like, I guess I'm always curious to know like how the casting is in France, and like are there like certain like requirements that are different from the U.S.? Have you ever filmed in the U.S.? Like, how is the process in terms of picking the cast and like just everything you can tell about?
Well, so the main character is Anaïs Parello. I've met in Cannes, and she plays in Under the Sea. The film with the shark.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. And I just call her and tell her that I'm doing something with a witch, and there is blood, and there is night, and there is fire. And she immediately told me she wanted to be in the movie.
Wow, that was it. So you just had to tell her a witch and there's blood, and that's really it.
Yeah, kind of.
So wow, so horror is like, so you mentioned like different myths, and so guys, sorry, I'm the tour guide. So we're in the creepy kitchen right now, and so he's telling about the film and everything else. So what type of folklore is there? If you can talk about that, like in France, because you mentioned your inspiration, and I'm always curious about different folklore in other countries.
So in Bretagne, there is a lot of things about death, and since we have a lot of coasts, there is a lot about the death of the sailor, and so there is this one person which is like death itself each year that's going to get all the souls. And in France, it's called l'encou.
L'encou.
And you have every year one soul who's becoming l'encou.
That's
so you have to gather all the souls for the year, and next year this will be the last one to be taken.
So like, how are you picked then, or how are you chosen? Like, how does the myth go? Like, I don't know, Joris, like it's you or it's someone else. Like, how does someone get picked or not get picked?
There is several versions of this myth. So it's most of the things that I've read about l'encou. Mm-hmm. It's about the sailors, but some people say that it's for everyone, and l'encou is coming for everyone, whether you're a sailor or not.
Wow, that's crazy. Speaking of like, it's coming for everyone. That describes, I don't want to give too much away because guys, you can watch the film starting October 6th, but I guess, the graphic, your main character, she was so desperate to like be like the best graphic designer and like really get so much work done and everything else. So was that type of internal struggle? Because I felt like that relates to everyone in terms of like, you just want to be the best. So was that a reflection of you per se, or someone that you know of, in terms of trying to find the secret or magical potion or whatever to like get what you need done?
It's totally some kind of reflection of myself. At some point, you want to do your films, but you also have to eat. It's Jade. It's a person who forgot about her own project. She forgot about paintings. She forgot about art. She just focused on doing the job and being the best. And it's today we do a lot of stuff like that, like about performance and being the best at everything, and you forget about what you were dreaming about.
Wow. So tell me about like your life experience, because you're right, like we all have to pay the bills and eat as well. So how has it been like for you as a filmmaker in terms of like your journey or your horror journey? Was this like the first horror film that you made, or is it like something you've always been into horror? Like, like how is your filmmaker journey process?
Yeah, well, I started filming as a lot of teenagers who grew up in the 90s with my parents' camera. So I filmed my brother, my cousin, my family, my band, my friends. And when I went to cinema school with a new bunch of friends, we started some kind of collective. We did a lot of short films. It was more comedy or drama. And I was also doing music videos. I was editing. I was writing scripts. I was doing a lot of stuff. But La Croix is my first horror movie, which is kind of weird because I always liked horror movie.
Oh, what's the favorite like horror film? I guess in France that like because right over here, I mean, I can name so many, but like, what is it like in France? Like, what's the favorite horror film out now and like a classic?
I would start with the classic. So there is one film that everyone has forgotten about. It's Eyes Without a Face. It's from the 60s. And actually, it inspired a lot of people, a lot of directors. And if you don't know Eyes Without a Face, you need to watch that.
Okay.
Really good film.
Check on the list.
Yeah.
It's on the house's ritual list. So yes.
But it's black and white. It's a 60s film. So it's not like films we have today.
That's where we all started. So guys, check it out.
Yeah, sure. And you meant like actual French horror movies or like all the word horror movies?
Yeah, or what's the one, recent one you've watched in France?
I think it's maybe Weapons.
Oh, you see, I haven't seen Weapons yet. I hear it's really good.
Maybe it's Take Her Back. No,
Take Her Back.
the one made by the guys who made Talk to Me.
I think it's
Bring Her Back.
I think it's Take Her Back. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too long ago. At least I don't think so. I haven't had I've been super busy, as you can tell. So every minute is like savoring for me. But in terms of the performances, like hats off. I do love the bonfire scene, like in the film, because that was like the catalyst for what's to come next. And then in the apartment, it was just so great how I won't give too much away, but how are the performance with like the actors? And then were there any moments where they surprised you that maybe that was impromptu during the performance that really made the film stand out?
Well, Anaïs, we know each other since not so long, maybe 2 years, but she was really into everything. She brings some books about myths, about witch, she really wanted to be in the movie, but like 100%.
Wow.
She even drew stuff on the paper because she is like really good at it. And every scene, every sequence, she was 1,000% into it.
Oh.
And the other actress, Leah, I know her since maybe 5, 6, 7 years. And she's also really into that kind of film. And same thing, like 1,000% into every sequence. She gave everything, and she's also really into proposing new stuff for the script. And I like that. It's so creative.
Wow. So how long did it take you to shoot the film, like from pre-production to post-production? How long did that take?
So we shoot for 8 days together.
That's it? Wow.
Most of it is night.
Wow. But still, that's impressive. I mean, like watching the film, I would think maybe it would have taken like longer because it was just like everything was done so well and such attention to detail. And just like I said, it was like poetic horror moving from scene to scene. So that's really impressive. Like you had a vision and you just went for it. And you're like, I had 8 days at night. This is it. Did you have to get permission from, I guess, like, I don't know, like a permit and stuff? And
when we went to shoot the lighthouse in Brittany, in front of every lighthouse, there is some kind of military checkpoint.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Why is that?
It's from Napoleon,
Wow.
who wanted to defend the coast. So in front of every lighthouse, there is a little kind of building, like military building. And so, really onto you if you want to shoot the lighthouse.
Wow, I did not know that. That's impressive. Like, especially like the car scene, I was just like blown away. Like, I can't even say the ending because like it was just so good. But like, just the car scene. So the rain, I'm just gonna ask this question. Was it really raining or was it just all wow?
It's 70% raining.
Okay.
Like true rain. But Jeremy, who did most of the VFX stuff with his crew from behind his VFX company, they added a lot of stuff like rain, like they extended the fire.
Oh, I was wondering. I was just like, that's really hot. That's like dangerous, but
he even put from maybe it's 1 or 2 seconds, maybe 1 second. Yeah. There is some sparkle in the fire, and you see like a silhouette like this in it. So he put it like really tiny details, and he did an amazing job.
Wow. No, I mean, it was impressive. So in terms of like this, La Croix is like your baby, like your horror film. So what did you learn as a filmmaker through this process? Because I know it can be stressful, like everything's on you. You need to have like a great team and everything. So what did you learn from filming this film?
Maybe for some people like me, it's a problem of learning to let go. And since that we have a lot of things to shoot, and to complicated stuff.
Yeah.
I really needed to do a huge preparation in pre-production. And so we did that with my PA, with my DOP, and they were great. And on set, there is also a lot of problems, like little problems. And when you're on set, you just see those problems. And so I learned how to just let it go and be confident with my team, because you always have solutions, not you, but the other. They bring solutions all the time. And since the team was really great and was really, really committed, every time they just bring out a solution.
See, that's great. That makes a good team, because I've heard some horror stories, and I hope you never ever experience anything like that from like the cast walking off or just frustrated, or, you can't rely on like your DP and you have to get a backup. Like there's just like so many stories, but then, that's the filmmaker, you get the film done in whichever way you can. And a lot of times it ends up being like really great. So oh, guys, so the watchers of the house, so we're jumping from room to room, and as a tour guide, I'll get better, but you already went through the library shadows where he talked about his origin. The mirror room where he reflected on himself as like a filmmaker and through this project. So if La Croix was going to be a feature, are there plans for it to be a feature? And if so, like what would that look like?
So La Croix, I think, is never going to be a feature, because it was really made on this purpose to be a short film. I would love to extend this universe and like use it more, but it's been now 2 years that I'm working on a feature.
Oh, great!
And I will try to bring this myth vibe into it, and also this sense of like you said, horror poetry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. So what is like your process in terms of like writing, and like you have the idea that you just talked to us about? So like, and you say you've been working on it for quite some time. So is it like after your day job, like you come home and you just write, or do you have like a ritual that you do when you get into the zone? Like how's the process, or you just carry a pen and paper in your hand and if you have an idea, you write it down?
So for this one, it started with an image, like I had it in my mind. So I started to wrote about it just a bit. And most of the time, what makes the difference for me, or if it's a good idea or not, it's just time. If the idea just sticks in my mind, and when I read again what I wrote, I think it's good. Well, it passed the test.
Wow, that's great. So you are judge, jury, and I don't know. Yeah, judge and jury. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, and also I tested on my friends.
Oh, okay, I was supposed to ask you. Does he show anyone, or okay?
I don't show like not much, but I'm just talking about it and what do you think of this? What do you think of that?
Yeah, because you have to, like, you get too many people with so many opinions and you tell them everything. At least for me, it just like stunts my ability to press forward and everything, which is great. I'm just captivated by your creativity when I watched this film and just like your layer of horror, like poetic horror, like I said, in each scene. It truly is remarkable. I watched the film. I can't believe this is like your first horror film. It feels like this is just like this is just one of many that you've done before of horror films, and it just seems like I want it more. And I mean, it's just like really impressive. Like you really have like a knack and just a skill set in terms of like seeing what the audience wants. And yes, guys, yes, it is a French film, but like you don't. There are subtitles, but you just don't. It just really takes you away, and the ending was just like amazing. So it's just like keep on with your ideas and your recipe of fear, as I like to call it, what you're cooking for your next film, which is amazing.
Well, thank you so much. It's really so nice to hear that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no. So before we, I know we, so every house, not every house, but this house, sometimes you blaze through the rooms and, sometimes you have to stay in some of the rooms, but we actually reached the final door, I like to call. So this is the part of the podcast where we talk about what's the creepiest thing that's happened to you personally and what's the coolest thing that's happened to you. So whichever order you can let the house know and the watchers of the house know.
Well, that's one of the two questions. Really, I find it really hard because what's the creepiest moment? It's not really the creepiest. It's maybe the saddest. When I lost my mom, but actually, it's what makes me do maybe poetry horror, because you can find poetry in death, and it's actually, I think it's good to see it not as something just like horrific, but also something which is a part of life, and it's kind of philosophic, like poetic, and so yeah, I don't think that I question.
No, but you use that pain or, into like something with a different perspective and outlook to see it is like a dark time and everything. And, I'm sorry for your loss. Like really, it's not, it's very upsetting, but sorry about that.
It's all right. But as I said, I think transform this feeling and putting it into my movies is more than a strength now. So I use it to do things that I like.
Yeah.
So I think it's great.
Yeah. No, that's great. So then what's the coolest thing that's happened to you in your life? Is it this film or is it something that tops that?
Making film is really cool. I consider myself as a lucky guy to have like all this crew around me and people that I like to work with. But also maybe the coolest moment that I have, I would say I have plenty of those cool moments with my nephew and niece. They are 12 and 14.
Oh, wow. Teenagers and one's a young adult, right?
Yeah. And I try to bring them to the movies the most that I can. And yeah, it's good time.
That's great. Oh, that's so good. You're close with your family and everything. That's great, though. And they love horror, which is amazing.
I just show them like soft things.
Okay. Well, define like soft things in horror, like jump scares.
Like Beetlejuice.
Okay, got it. No, that makes sense. Until they're 18, then you lay on like more of the hard stuff for them. Got it. That's good. You're working them up to the fear, which is great.
Yeah, I hope maybe someday they will ask me to watch more dark stuff. But for now, Beetlejuice is good.
Awesome. Joris, this is great. I want everyone to check out Croix during the festival, October 6th through November 6th. Tickets will be available. I'm trying to get that up this week, putting my time in so you can pre-order it, and you can check the website, hauntedhousefearfest.com, and order your tickets. And just so everyone knows, and Joris knows too, so there are different, let's just say, passages within the haunted house. So there's the fear corridor, there's a secret passage. So every film is grouped into a different theme of the house. So it's going to be really exciting. And I'm just happy to have you on, and looking forward to everyone seeing your film, looking forward to more films from you. And could you let us know, I guess, after the festival, any other places where your film will be shown at, any distribution, and how people can know more about the film and you? That'd be great.
Yeah, for now, it's only distributed in Canal Plus in France. But with the distributor, maybe we'll try to find some way to bring it like abroad. And you can check also my Instagram. It's Kultgo, Kultgo. So yeah, and thank you again for having me into your great festival. Yeah. I hope you like the movie.
Oh, yes. I like every film, but your film, I can't say too much. I'm the owner. Like, I can't pick favorites, but like your film is just like amazing.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing. It was like really amazed by the screeners as well. So yeah, it was really great. And then send us over the links. I'm happy to put them in the description below once this is posted. So I'm going to end right now. Want more chills and chatter? We're streaming on all podcast platforms.